Non-finite verbs. Non-finite verbs. Look at these sentences. Swimming is a good exercise. To swim gracefully is her goal. The cake, baked by my mom, was delicious. She seems to have finished her work. Mia enjoys cycling. The colored words in the above sentences are called non-finites. Definition. Two verbs and the ing form of verbs are referred to as non-finites. Non-finites retain the same form whatever be the subject in a sentence. Kinds of non-finites. There are three groups of non-finites. The infinitive. To learn, to sing, to study, present infinitive. To have learned, to have sung, to have studied, prefect infinite. The participle. Learning, singing, studying, present participle. Learnt, sung, studied, past participle. The gerund. Learning, singing, studying. The infinitive. 1. The infinite is also referred to as the to verb. For example, I want to watch a comedy movie. He seems to have grown taller since the last time I saw her. To infinitive. 2. When the base form of the verb is used without to, it is called a bare infinitive. She made me laugh. They watched the bird fly. The infinitive without to. 3. The present participle and the gerund have the same form, normally known as the ing form, but their functions are different. The present participle functions like an adjective, whereas the gerund functions like a noun. For example, running water sounded soothing. Running describes the noun water. It is functioning like an adjective. Therefore, it is a participle. Running is a good exercise. Running is the subject of the sentence. It is functioning like a noun. Therefore, it is a gerund. Apart from these two participles, sometimes we also use a perfect participle. Having studied all night, she felt prepared for the exam. This sentence actually means, after studying all the night, she felt prepared for the exam. Quick tip. The infinitive is also referred to as the to verb. The present participle and the gerund have the same form, the ing form of the verb. The present participle functions like an adjective, the gerund functions like a noun. In addition to present and past participles, there is a perfect participle also, having, done. Verb plus to infinitive. We always use the verb plus to infinitive after these verbs. Want, need, like, love, promise, dislike, plan, hope, intend, decide, offer, choose. Read the following sentences to understand their use. He loves to play the guitar. We plan to visit Europe next summer. We use the to infinitive after seem, appear, claim as well. The new policy appears to benefit both employees and employers. It seems to rain and to pour every time we plan an outdoor event. 4. We can use a question word, what/how/whether/where, plus to infinite after these verbs. Sure. Ask. Decide. Explain. Forget. Know. Unsure. Learn. Remember. Understand. Wonder. Figure out. Verbs like advise, ask, show, teach, tell follow the pattern. Verb plus somebody plus question word plus to infinitive. For example, I am not sure where to find the information you need. He does not know how to fix the broken computer. She could not decide whether to buy the red or the blue dress. 5. These verbs are also followed by the to infinitive. Ask, beg, help, would like, would love, expect, want, mean, would hate, would prefer. The pattern is verb plus to infinitive or verb plus object plus to infinitive. For example, he wanted to get up early. He would like to study abroad. Verb plus to infinitive. He wanted me to get up early. He would like me to study abroad. Verb plus object plus to infinitive. 6. The verbs given below follow the pattern. Verb plus object plus to infinitive. State, advise, allow, encourage, forbid, force, invite, order, permit, remind, warn. Read the following sentences to understand their use. He warned me not to enter the restricted area. The sign clearly stated not to park in the designated area. They advised me not to travel alone at night. The infinitive without to, bare infinitive. 1. We use the infinitive without to after these verbs. Let, make, bid, dare, need. Read the following sentences to understand their use. You need not apologize, it was an honest mistake. My parents made me apologize to my sister for breaking her toy. That expensive car belongs to my neighbor. I daren't scratch it. Let me check my email quickly, or I'll miss my important updates. 2. In the case of dare and need, we use to infinitive in affirmative sentence but drop the to in negative sentences. For example, very few people dare to challenge speak up against injustice. She needs to study harder for her exams. She dares not disobey her parents' orders. We need not rush, there's plenty of time to finish the project. 3. We also use the infinitive without to after these verbs of perception. See, hear, watch, know, feel. Read the following sentences to understand their use. They saw the cat jump onto the fence. She heard him sing beautifully. 4. We use the infinitive without to after these expression. Had better, would rather, sooner than, rather than. You had better finish your homework before it gets too late. I would rather go for a walk in the park than watch TV all evening. She would finish her work sooner than he expected. He chose to take the bus rather than walk to work. Quick tip. A verb of perception is a verb that describes how someone senses through his/her senses, such as sight, hearing, touch, taste and smell. These verbs are followed by an object or complement that represents the thing being perceived. Converting so, that sentence into to. Look at these sentences. She was so confused that she couldn't say anything. This shirt is so dirty that you can't wear it tomorrow. This tree is so tall that this little child can't climb it. We can express these ideas by using the to pattern. She was too confused to say anything. This shirt is too dirty for you to wear tomorrow. This tree is too tall for this little child to climb. Infinitives to make sentences compact. We can sometimes use the infinitive to make our sentences compact. Look at these examples. 1. The team hoped that they would secure the championship. The team hoped to secure the championship. 2. They didn't know whom they should invite to the party. They didn't know whom to invite to the party. 3. The parents were delighted when we heard about the team's victory. The parents were delighted to hear about the team's victory. 4. It is said that the principal is a very approachable person. The principal is said to be a very approachable person. 5. We should improve communication skills if we want to build strong relationships. We should improve communication skills to build strong relationships. Infinitives to join sentences. 1. Sometimes we can use the infinitive to join pairs of sentences. We take the more important of the two sentences as the main clause, and we convert the verb in the other sentence into an infinitive. Look at these examples. A. They will get the news. They will be delighted. They will be delighted to get the news. B. They lost the match. They were disappointed. They were disappointed to lose the match. C. You should visit the doctor. You shouldn't avoid it. You shouldn't avoid to visit the doctor. D. He lent me money for my fees. It was generous of him. It was generous of him to lend me money for my fees. 2. Enough, 2. Look at these pairs of sentence joined by to or enough, 2. A. The traffic was very dense. We couldn't make it to the appointment on time. The traffic was too dense to make it to the appointment on time. B. The ladder was not very tall. I couldn't reach the top shelf. The ladder was not tall enough to reach the top shelf. Participles. Participles are forms of verbs that function as adjectives. There are two types. Present participles, ending in ing. The girl running in the park is my friend. Past participles, usually ending in ed, n, etc. The broken window needs to be fixed. Participles to join sentences. We can use participles also to join sentences. 1. As in the case of infinitives, we can take the more important sentence as the main clause and convert the verb in the other sentence into a participle. A. Sarah spent a month in France. She studied French cuisine. Sarah spent a month in France studying French cuisine. B. Jake was in the library. He was studying for his exams. Jake was in the library studying for his exams. C. The student is shy. She does not participate in class discussions. Being shy, the student does not participate in class discussions. 2. If two things happen at the same time, we use ing, present participle, for one of the verbs. A. Alice heard a loud noise. She started to panic. Hearing a loud noise, Alice started to panic. B. Maria felt excited about her upcoming trip, so she packed her bags in advance. Feeling excited about her upcoming trip, Maria packed her bags in advance. 3. When one action happens before another action, we use having, perfect participle, for the first action. A. Jacob paid the bill. Jacob left the restaurant. Having paid the bill, Jacob left the restaurant. B. John prepared breakfast. He cleaned the kitchen. Having prepared breakfast, John cleaned the kitchen. Misplaced participles. Participle, also being adjectives, refer to certain nouns or pronouns. If we want a sentence to convey its meaning correctly, participles must be correctly placed and they must refer to correct nouns. Misplaced participles can make a sentence absurd or ridiculous. Look at these examples. 1. Being an early riser. The sunrise always filled him with energy. This sentence suggests that it is sun that is an early riser, which is absurd. We should have written this sentence as being an early riser. He was always filled with energy by sunrise. Or we could have expanded the first part of the sentence. Since he was an early riser, sunrise always filled him with energy. Let us take another example. Hiking in the mountains. My eyes caught sight of a beautiful scenery. This sentence suggests that my eyes were driving, which is again absurd. We should have written it as, while I was hiking in the mountains, I caught sight of a beautiful scenery. The gerund, verb plus ing. 1. These verbs are followed by the ing form, the gerund. Enjoy, dislike, avoid, can't help, continue, finish, give up, go on, keep, mind, miss, put off, stop, suggest. Look at the following examples. A. She enjoys swimming in the ocean. B. He likes hiking in the mountains. He dislikes climbing rocks. C. I can't help feeling excited about the trip. D. He avoids eating junk food. 2. Some verbs follow the structure. Verbs plus preposition plus ing form. A. He is thinking about going on a vacation. B. She looks forward to meeting her friends. 3. Be/get used to plus ing form. Someone is used to something equals it's no longer new or strange for them. She doesn't get stressed easily. She's used to working under pressure. We don't miss having a television. We have got used to spending our evenings reading. Quick tip. Verbs followed by the to infinitive. Can't afford, choose, decide, expect, hope, learn, like, don't mean, promise, allow, somebody, encourage, help somebody, invite somebody, teach somebody. Verbs usually followed by the ing form of the verb. Continue, dislike, enjoy, finish, go on, give up, can't help, keep, miss, put off. Verbs that can be used either with the ing form or with the to infinitive with the same meaning. Begin, continue, hate, like, love, prefer, start, try,